That's to come, but first, Bristol's hosting the UK's first festival for those who were sexually abused as children. It's being run by a charity called Greenhouse, who say their services are in great demand. They already have a 2.5-year waiting list. It starts tomorrow, and our social affairs correspondent, Fiona Lambden, has been along.
This is a photograph of Viv covered in slime. She says this is what it felt like growing up coated in guilt and shame.
So I'm a survivor of child sex abuse in the 1970s, and I grew up in a culture of total silence.
3 decades later, she got help and now works with young survivors. They've just made this film.
Don't let anyone tell you or make you feel that you're untruthful. Even if it's dropped for lack of evidence, it doesn't mean it didn't happen. Mitkiv am I. Ja, I'm a victim.
Mitkiv am I. Ja, I'm a victim.
Mitkiv am I. Ja, I'm a victim.
As an adult survivor, what would have helped you as a child?
What all survivors need is for the silence to stop. So there is no cultural conversation around child sex abuse. It's still something that we say like it's a private secret. Part of the work that we're doing is about being able to talk about it boldly, being able to reframe some of the messages around survivors and what we're like.
The Greenhouse is currently the only charity in the city supporting young people who've experienced child sexual abuse.
15% of girls and 5% of boys will experience sexual abuse before the age of 16. In Bristol alone, that's a population of 13,000 children and young people.
Well, tomorrow there will be trauma-informed yoga, there'll be therapy dogs, there'll be collage-making courses. And the Greenhouse very much hope that in the next few months, these therapies will be a permanent part of their service.
I know that I'm working class because my mum was a dinner lady and my dad was emotionally repressed.
And despite the sobering topic, they've got Angie, a stand-up comic, comparing the day.
So rather than it being a really depressing, worthy event where we sit around and look miserable, they want it to be a celebration of people being survivors and people coming through the other side.
There's currently over 200 children and young people in Bristol waiting for help from this charity. Fiona Lambden, BBC Points West.
Thank you, Fiona. Now, it's been some years now since a study by